Continuing on with the perils of marriage. Catherine failed to survive the birth of a daughter born in September 1548, and Seymour, liberated by her disappearance from the scene, fancied that marriage to the princess was within his reach at last. Seymour's ambition was not matched by his intelligence, and his dreams of marrying Elizabeth prompted him to devise a grandiose scheme. For a start, he won over the governess to his way of thinking, casting prudence and common sense to the winds in her turn. Kate broached the matter to Elizabeth, who smiled and blushed, but did not appear to take the proposition amiss. Shocked by the financial machinations associated with it, however, she declined to commit herself. Seymour also endeavored to gain the affection of the young king. They corresponded by means of notes concealed beneath a carpet, and strove to convince him that he would be able to request Parliament to end his minority. There took shape in Seymour's rather overheated imagination the prospect of removing his elder brother, the Lord Protector, in favor of himself. The truth was, he was conspiring against the established order, and the Privy Council reacted accordingly. On the 17th of January, 1549, Seymour was arrested and consigned to the Tower of London, the prelude to a state trial. Elizabeth was now in a very awkward position. Her governess, Kate Ashley, and her financial advisor, Thomas Parry, were also arrested on suspicion of having abetted Seymour's plan to marry her without the council's knowledge. That was where their error lay, and that was what warranted their detention and interrogation. Elizabeth could not escape the same suspicion, and she too was questioned by a special council-appointed commissioner, Sir Robert Tyrwhitt. A lone girl of 15, she defended herself with remarkable skill. Tyrwhitt's object was to reinforce the charge against Seymour, but he misjudged the princess by advising her to lay responsibility for his schemes on her servants, and gain the council's indulgence by citing her youth and inexperience. She refused to give way, proclaimed her innocence, and took the offensive by accusing the council, in her turn, of failing to defend the reputation of the king's sister by spreading rumors that she was with child by Seymour. The commissioner had to concede that he was dealing with someone more astute than himself. He reported to the council that Elizabeth was a resolute young woman, and that nothing would be got out of her but by great polity. In other words, except with great skill. So Elizabeth won the day, but it had been a harsh lesson. She took back Kate Ashley, of whom she was very fond, but Parry never entirely regained her trust. Justifiably indignant that he had dabbled in the financial arrangements proposed by Seymour, she appointed another adviser to handle her affairs, William Cecil, who thereupon embarked on a great political career. Elizabeth displayed no outward sign of great emotion when Seymour was sentenced to death and beheaded. He was a man of spirit, but lacking in judgment, she remarked coldly.